The NBA is back this week with the start of the regular season, so it's time to preview the upcoming season in the association and look at some of the major storylines going on right now around the league. We're going to do it with one of the best voices when it comes to the NBA, my guy Jarod Hector of True Hoop. He joins me now. Jarod, how's it going? We are so close to basketball tipping off. I can't wait, man.
It's exciting, man. Start of the season. Thanks for having me as always. Tuesday, man. We're tipping off. Can't wait.
Can't wait for it. So let's start off with this, with a team who's tipping off on Tuesday. That is the defending champion Denver Nuggets. They're going to get the season started by hosting the Lakers Tuesday night. Nuggets, we know this. They got the two-time MVP in Nikola Jokic. He's still only 28 years old, people. They did lose some pieces, though, most notably Bruce Brown. But the core of the championship team is mostly there. So here's a question, Jarod. Can the Nuggets do it again? Can they repeat as champions in 2024?
They certainly can, because that starting five is excellent. All right, when you talk about Jokic, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Jamal Murray, that is a starting five that won an NBA championship last year. Now, you did mention they lost some pieces. Bruce Brown, Jeff Green. And so now the idea is, can Christian Brown step into that spot? Can Zeke Naji step up? Can either Jalen Pickett or Peyton Watson or Julian Strawther, one of those guys, rookies, can they step up and play championship level basketball? It's very hard, Dexter, to count on rookies and young players to play championship level ball. And what I mean by that is basically be at least a net neutral to a net positive when they're on the floor. And that's very hard for young players to do, to ask them to play championship level ball. So can they do it? Yes. Is it likely? We shall see. Time will tell.
Time will tell, yes. And you're right. It is a tough ask to ask young players to just even impact winning. That's just tough enough in a league, let alone play championship level ball. Now, I want to talk to you about this. We're going to go to somebody coming into the league that's new. That is Victor Wembanyama. Now, this guy's had some must-watch highlights throughout the preseason. How impressed? You just said, woo, I take it you've been impressed. How impressed have you been with the rookie thus far, and do you think he's a lock for Rookie of the Year?
I mean, I love him, Dex. 7'4", 8-foot wingspan, can do so many things, can shoot the ball off the catch, can come off pin downs, can handle a little bit. He's so big, he's going to get offensive rebounds and easy putbacks. I mean, he's a special player. He's got so many tools. The reason why everybody says he is the best prospect to enter the league since LeBron James. Now, best prospect, that doesn't mean he will be and ever come close to the career of LeBron James. Time and health will tell, but he's got all the tools, and from everything I know, he's coachable and willing to do that. Now, as far as Rookie of the Year, he'll be the front runner, no doubt. I do think Chet Holmgren will push him some, especially because the Thunder are going to be pretty good. So that'll be interesting, but I think when it's all said and done, I think Victor will take it.
All right, got Victor taking Rookie of the Year. Then let's move to the East, because both the Celtics, Boston Celtics, and the Milwaukee Bucks, they made significant moves and changes to their roster. Right now, in your eyes, who's the best team in the Eastern Conference?
I'm going to lean Boston right now. And, it's not because I don't think Milwaukee's great. I mean, look, you got Giannis Antetokounmpo, two-time MVP, a Finals MVP at DPOY, and you've got Damian Lillard. But, I'm worried about the Chris Middleton spot, and I'm worried about Brook Lopez because, again, you're asking him to play great defense at 36. As far as the Celtics go, I love their wing tandem with Brown and Tatum. All NBA wings and all defense wings. You don't get those guys coming off the street. You got Kristaps Porzingis on that team. They added Drew Holiday in that trade. So I love what Boston has, but similar concerns with after their five, what's their depth? You're going to move Al Horford to the bench. He's getting long in the tooth, and you still count on him a lot. Is Peyton... oh my God. Is Peyton the answer? Is Peyton Pritchard the answer, right? I don't know. I'm a little dubious about their bench, but I love their front six.
Yeah, front six, top six is really good. It'll be interesting to see how the Celtics fill out that bench as the season moves along. Now, we spoke about the Nuggets to tip this thing off, but I got to go back to the West. Which Western Conference team do you believe can challenge Denver to be the best in the West this season? Is there a team that could push them this year?
I think there are a couple teams. or a few teams, I should say. I think the Suns, I think the Warriors, I think the Lakers. Here's the thing about those three teams, though, Dexter. It's going to matter. I mean, and it matters for every team. I want to be clear about that. This isn't specific to those guys. But because so much of these three teams' hopes ride on older players, it's health. If those guys stay healthy, the main guys on those teams, and I'm talking about the big three over in Phoenix with KD, Booker, and Beal, although Booker's under 30, so he's still pretty young. On the Warriors, Steph, Clay, and Draymond, those are players all over 33 years old. And on the Lakers, we know about LeBron James being 38 years old, and Anthony Davis is constantly injury prone. So if those guys can stay healthy, I love them to challenge the Nuggets. If they don't, well, we're looking at different things. I would have said Memphis earlier, but they just dealt a tough blow today with Steven Adams being out for the season.
Yeah, that is a tough blow for Memphis. We'll see how they retool, what they do at the center position. That'll be interesting. But you've got the Suns, the Lakers, and the Warriors as teams that could challenge the Nuggets. Okay, let's bring it here to NYC and the Big Apple. Talk about the local teams. What are your expectations for both the Knicks and the Nets? And how do you think both of these squads stack up against the rest of the East?
I think the Knicks are excellent, Dexter. The Knicks can be a top 4 seed this year. Look, they won a playoff series last year against the Cavaliers, and they have no bad contracts on their books, and they have a lot of draft capital. Could they be in play for a disgruntled star? We know disgruntled stars come up we have 2 right now, right? So, or at least 1, possibly 2 soon, right? So you can easily go get somebody. So I expect the Knicks to be a top 4 seed. And look, if things go right and they get the right half of the bracket, I could see them possibly getting into the conference finals. I know Knicks fans get excited, but don't get too nuts yet. As far as the Nets go, everything's going to be about Ben Simmons. If he's healthy and getting healthier, like we saw in the preseason, look, this kid gets made fun of a lot for various different things, and we all know why. Doesn't shoot, blah, 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 all that. But this is still a player who was all NBA, an all-star, and all defense. He can do everything except shoot at an elite level. And if he's doing that with Bridges, Johnson, spraying out to those shooters, Claxton, the problem playing Simmons and Claxton together is you have 2 non-shooters on the floor. So can they figure out a way to get that lineup working? Because that's their best defensive lineup with those 2. But the Nets should be very good, and they should compete for, I would say, if Ben's healthy, they should be top 6. They should get into the playoffs. If he's not, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle.
All right, giving the Nets a shot to get into the top 6 of the playoffs and avoid that play-in tournament, and got the Knicks as potentially a top 4 seed. You know the Knicks fans are going to be excited about that, Jarod. Lastly, we're going to go for your early NBA Finals predictions. Jarod, I know you don't love doing these predictions, but I got to ask you this. Which team wins the East, who wins the West, and who will be hoisting the Larry O'Brien Trophy in June?
All right. I'm going to say the Celtics and the Nuggets get to the NBA championship. Look, I know I just said it's going to be tough for the Nuggets to repeat, but look, I love what they have, and I think maybe the C's take it this year. Maybe it's the Celtics this year. They've been battling and been on the doorstep, but look, either way it goes is going to be tough. As you know, I like to watch 20 games first before I start making any predictions. But as it stands right now, those 2 teams, to me, look like they can come out of both conferences. And then I'll give the edge to the Celtics right now.
All right, giving the edge to the Celtics there to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy in June. We'll see how it all plays out. It is early. We are just previewing. We're predicting. The season tips off on Tuesday night with a doubleheader. Should be a really good one. Jarod, I know you'll be watching. I will be doing the same. That is Jarod Hector, the great NBA writer for True Hoop. Check out his work there. Jarod, thank you for the time, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.